Prologue. Out is through. Present day, Michaela. I've started and stopped this book at least 3 times. I have 5,000 words in one document, 10,000 in another, and 20,000 on a hard drive somewhere else. A part of me knows the smartest thing to do would be to go find those documents and continue with the partially written books. However, another part of me knows that I need to start here, on this blank document. Well, blank 66 words ago, anyway. The part of me who knows I need to start here is the part of me who has finally figured out that I have nothing to prove, that I need to write this book for myself, and that's okay. I took an online class in 2020, and the instructor guided us through an exercise to help us find our core motivation for wanting to do the things that we do. He had us set a goal, and then he asked why that goal was important to us. We gave him an answer, and then he asked why that answer felt important to us. Several why is that important to use later, nerves get hit, and occasionally tears start to flow. I got to my 8th why is that important to you, and landed on so it wasn't all for nothing. My gut sank as I read the words I had just written, so in typical Michaela fashion, I redid the entire exercise. There's no way that's my reason for doing things, I scoffed to myself. So it wasn't all for nothing? Really? Ain't nothing poetic about that shit. So I wrote out 2 new goals, and I went through the exercise again for each of my new goals. And as luck would have it, I landed on, so it wasn't all for nothing each time. I'm stubborn, but even when I have the same thing appear 3 times, I know to pay close attention. Every time I went to write this book, I went to write it for you. Surely if I'm going to make something out of nothing, then it must serve someone outside of myself. Isn't that the purpose of life? I would ask myself, to serve and help others, ? It's not that I don't want you to find some purpose and meaning from this book. I do. Almost more than any therapy I've tried, the words me too have helped me both when I have said and received them. But when I wrote this book with you in mind over myself, I faced 2 problems. First, I told myself I must be well off and quote-unquote fully healed to write this book. And second, because of reason number 1, I placed a standard on myself that doesn't exist in the human world. And I won't bullshit you or myself and say that I'm well off and quote-unquote fully healed when I'm not. The internal conundrum of my non-existent expectations created 2 different results. Michaela staring at a blank cursor and a blinking cursor and a blank page with no 66 words ago. We're at 488 now. Or Michaela typing words about where she wanted to be and not where she was, which felt both hypocritical and disgusting, and I couldn't put my name on something when it felt like that. But the truth is, I did believe I would write this book on a high of some sort, as in when I had life figured out and had achieved some level of success that I deemed worthy of becoming an author. Spoiler alert, I don't have it figured out, and I'm currently high on nothing. Although my 16-year-old cousin would argue otherwise, he's convinced I'm a closet stoner, but I wouldn't know how to use a bong or roll a joint unless I watched a tutorial on YouTube first. I prefer to go straight to the psychedelics and bypass the weed, but more on that in the next book. I feel stuck, I'm overweight, in more debt than I want to admit, and I'm living at home dreaming about the days when I lived by myself. Long story long, I believe this book is the way out of whatever I am currently stuck in. Certain stories play over and over in my head, regardless of how many things I've done to clear them. Journaling, meditation, psychedelics, subconscious reprogramming, and dancing and singing at a personal development seminar for 6 days straight. You name it. And I've probably tried it. It dawned on me one night while soaking in the bathtub, where problems shouldn't exist, that maybe these stories keep replaying in my head because they haven't been told in the way they wish to be told. And for me, that's almost always in written form. Writing became my therapy at a young age when I realized my hands could translate the words my mouth couldn't speak. I can't express certain things regardless of how much I talk, and ask anyone who knows me, I can talk a lot. And that's why I believe I'm being guided to write this book, to fully express the stories that live in my past. I will tell these stories as honestly as I can remember them. That is my promise to you, myself, and God. I care more about the truth than I care about the discomfort and the not-so-pretty parts of the story, because a lot of ugly will live on the following pages. Ugly acts, ugly thoughts, ugly feelings, and hopefully together we can find some beauty too. I have no idea what will come out of these hands of mine. I have nothing planned, and I'm going to let my fingers guide me to wherever they want to go. Maybe you and I should both say a prayer.